All right, this video I'm going to get you guys set up on the Word Unit 3 Table 2 assignment. I think at least if I can help you get set up, then you guys will be able to fill in the rest of it by yourself. Okay, so I'm starting with a blank Word document. First thing I need to do is to set the margins 1 inch left and right, ½ inch top and bottom. Go to my page layout ribbon, margins, 1 inch left and right, ½ inch top and bottom. So go down to custom margins, top and bottom I'll change to ½ inch, and 1 inch left and right. I will leave those alone. Okay, and click OK. So we need to determine the number of columns and rows and then insert that table. So look down here at my example. Remember, columns run up and down, rows run horizontally. So we can look and say I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 columns, but now I need to count the number of rows. Okay, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I've got 4 columns and 13 rows. So I'll go to my Insert ribbon, Table, Insert Table. We have 13 columns, 4 columns and 13 rows. And click OK. Okay, so that's what we're going to start with. So now we're going to tells us what width to make each of these columns. So column 1 is going to be 1.15 inches. So if I bring my cursor over here, if I put my cursor right above the top of that column, column 1, and I click, it will select that column. I'll come over here to my Table Tools, Design tab, Layout tab, and I want to set my column width to 1.15 inch. So this button here is a column width. I'll change that to 1.15 and click Enter, and it adjusted that size. Now I need to do column 2 and 3. So same thing, I'll put my thick black arrow up here, click and drag to the right. So I have columns 2 and 3 selected, and I'm going to set the width for those to 1.05 inches. Click Insert, Enter. And then column 4, I'm going to set at 3.75 inches. Okay, in the same place. Okay. So I will call this column 1, 2, 3, 4, and rows 1, 2, 3 on down. Okay. Okay, we're going to set the height for row 1. So this row is going to be 1.15 inches high. And row 2 is going to be 0.75 inches high. Those are the only ones that we're adjusting the row height on right now. Now it says to merge the cells and rows in the columns to match the illustration. So I'll scroll down here to my example, and then I'm going to merge the cells so that they look like these ones. So here on row 1 is merged all the way across. So I'll select all of row 1, right click, merge. In row 2, starting in column 2, is merged. So right click, merge. In column 1, starting in row 2, this is all merged. Okay, in row 3 is merged across columns 2, 3, and 4. Then it looks like we skip 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's actually row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Row 8 is going to be merged. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Row 8 is merged. And then row 10 is merged. Okay, so it should look like that. So we'll go starting from the bottom. We'll have two rows, then merged, 2 rows, then merged, then 4 rows and merged. Okay, and then in column 2, between these merged rows, we're going to merge the cells in column 2. Okay, and I think that's it for our merging. Let's do a couple more steps here. Okay, it says create the company name in a sans serif or decorative font in the size as shown in the illustration. Sans serif is a style of font that's a very plain font, so it doesn't have the extra lines like you'll see here at the end of the letters. So we could just leave it in Calibri font, which would be sans serif. Sans means without. So I'm going to leave that as Calibri. Okay. So I'm going to center the text and I'm going to type in jump ball, comma, and then below that I'm going to type ink with a period. Just make sure those are centered. Okay. What doesn't it like? All right. So now we see here each of these little numbers tells us what size font that these letters are going to be. So my letter J is going to be a 20-point font. The U will be 24-point font. The M will be 28. The P and the B will be 32-point font. I will just write in 32. Okay, the A is 28. And then this L is 24. The L and the comma are 20. Okay, and then ink and the period are 20-point also. Okay, so there's our company title. Next thing I want to do in helping you guys get set up is here where it says itinerary. See where it is rotated and it's got a black background. So let's click over here in row 1 and we're going to type in, if you double click here in the middle of your cell, we'll type in itinerary. This font is supposed to be a serif font, so I think I will have you guys use Times New Roman. So in the font box, if you just type in Times New Roman, and it will change that for you. Okay, so we need to rotate this font so that it is vertical like that. So to do that, we're going to go to our Table Tools Layout tab. In the Alignment group, it says Text Direction. If you click this text direction, okay, it'll rotate our font. And then next to that, we have the Align Center. So we can put, why didn't it do that? Let me go back and undo what I did. Okay. Let's do it basic. Okay, so did itinerary. Okay, I changed that to Times New Roman. Then I went to my Layout tab, Alignment, changed it so that it's up and down like this. And then in the Align Center button, we'll put it now in the middle of that cell. Okay. And now it wants itinerary to be 48-point font. Okay. So we'll select itinerary and make that 48-point font. And we're going to apply shading here in the paragraph group. We have this paint bucket, and we're going to make the background black. Okay. All right. Last thing I need to show you, I think, is I'm going to show you how to put the zigzag borders in, and then how to apply the shading in between each of these rows. So let's do the shading in the rows first. So we're going to click here in row 3, and you're just going to come here to your paint bucket, select a shade of gray. Not particular about which one. So you're just going to click in the cell in that row, come up here to your shading button in the paragraph group, and pick a shade of gray. Okay, and then now to apply this border, that's the double zigzag. So we can't apply a border through merged cells. So we're going to select these 4 cells right here, these 4 rows. And I'm going to go to my Design tab. Here in the Borders group, first I'll select my border style, which I want this double zigzag. And then I want that on the left border of these cells. So I've got these cells, so that's the left border. So now there'll be the double zigzag. So now we can do the same thing for these 2. We've got that same border still selected. Select left border, and one more time. Okay. And the rest of this exercise is just following simple directions, telling it what you to type in. So like your for John Ortiz, the dates and all that. As you type in, like here, as you type this information in, these cells will get taller. So don't adjust the cell height on anything else. Okay, just do those. Okay, when you're done, you're going to put a footer with your name and assignment name on it, save it as Table 2 on your H drive, and submit it on Canvas. Thank you, and good luck on this one.